So first things first, I'm a realist. No. First things first, I'm wearing a leather jacket inside because it was hanging on my door and I'm chilly. So Summer in the City just happened and I was lucky enough to get tickets to go on Saturday with two of my friends and we had a brilliant time. So feeling inspired after meeting so many other people who are passionate about YouTube and really feeling like part of the community for a day, I decided to make a video 5 days late about my experience of the summer Summer in the City, so that if you haven't been yet, you've got some idea of what to expect when going, and if you have been, how did your experience compare? I also want to talk about some of the obvious issues there are with Summer in the City, hopefully to get a kind of productive discussion going in the comments about things people do like, things people don't like, and ideas people have to improve it, rather than just sending angry rants to the poor sods that try and organise Summer in the City and get multiple mouthfuls of abuse for their trouble. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Who the fuck put Joe Thug on Sunday when I'm there on Saturday? Exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. Hashtag death to all the Summer in the City organisers, hashtag FML, hashtag pray for me. What do you mean YouTubers need breaks to eat/pee/sleep? I want a fucking selfie, don't you care about us at all? Hashtag ungrateful. Send.
Honestly, I wish I was exaggerating, but I've seen that people have got death threats, so... Probably the best thing about Summer in the City is the fact that everyone there is so friendly, the vibe is just so nice. I'm not normally someone that will go up to random people at events and talk to them, but you just kind of feel like you can there, because everyone there has similar interests and we're all a bit dorky about them and you're not going to get judged. I was standing in line and two girls came up to me to compliment my McFly bag, which I had on, which was just so nice. I mean, it did mean me standing there like, thank you. What do I do now? But it was still lovely. And we ended up getting stuck, kinda accidentally, in a really long queue for a panel for about 2 hours. We were there about, 2.5 hours. We were there about 2 hours before we were supposed to be. And we just kind of got trapped and decided to stay there. But we ended up talking to two groups who were in the same position as us, and it just made it go a hell of a lot quicker. Also, all of the YouTubers that I met and all the ones that I came across were really, really nice. Even the massive YouTubers who obviously couldn't meet everyone did things on stage so that everyone could see them even if they couldn't actually do a meet and greet with them. And all the smaller YouTubers that I met were really, really friendly and lovely. I met Jimmy Hill, Jimmy0010, and he was so nice. By the time we got to the front of the queue, he was literally hopping around because he needed the toilet so bad. And there was about 30 metres and growing behind us, but he would not leave because he wanted to meet everybody so no one went away disappointed. The thing is, with the problems with Summer in the City, they're really not the fault of the YouTubers or of the organisers. The problem is that the event has got so huge in the last 4 years. And they haven't really had time to catch up with that, and this means that loads of people go away disappointed. The whole thing works really, really well with the YouTubers. I would say under about 200,000 subscribers, because they could just stand around and you get a line of about 20 or 30 metres, so you wait about 20 minutes, half an hour to meet them, and it's fine. A lot of the time it's less than that, and it works really well, and you can have a conversation with them. The thing is, when you start to get to the really big YouTubers. We joined the queue outside Summer in the City at about 10:30, and it took about 2 hours for us queuing outside to get in. By the time we got in, there were 2 big YouTube meet and greets starting at 1, and the queues for them had filled up about an hour before we got in. I know this because my sister got in a long time before me and I saw her almost immediately, and she told me they filled up before they got in. I don't think anybody's really sure how we fix this, but there's a lot of ideas knocking around. Some things I was thinking of was giving out tickets on the internet, so when you buy your Summer in the City ticket you can apply for tickets to meet certain YouTubers, and then you know before you get to the event if you're going to meet them or not. But then I feel like this would be like the final nail in the coffin of Summer in the City being this incredibly levelling event it used to be, where you could go and meet people who you watched over the internet for ages and they feel like celebrities to you, and have friendly discussions with them and just talk to them and meet them. And that makes me kind of sad. Another thing I was thinking about is if they cut down ticket numbers, so they made the event smaller, so there'll be less people there, less people going away disappointed, But then so many people will be disappointed by not getting tickets at all. The thing I was thinking about for this is if they did more than one event in the UK a year, because really Summer in the City is the main UK YouTube meetup and it's the only one that a lot of YouTubers go to. So maybe if they did like 2 or 3 a year, or if they spread Summer in the City over 3 or 4 days instead of 2. I know they've kind of done this with the Creator Day, but that's not really, the Creator Day is not really the same as like a meet and greet day. The problem with this though is that I should think Ali Pally is probably charging the people that organise Summer in the City quite a pretty penny to hold it there. So we want to get the most people in the shortest amount of time possible, and so those ideas aren't probably going to be economically viable. So did anybody else go to Summer in the City this year, or have you been in the past? What was it like? How did the experiences compare? If you haven't been, would you still want to go? Do you have any ideas on how to improve Summer in the City? So please leave them in the comments. You never know, someone here might come up with the idea which perfects Summer in the City forever. Anybody? Okay. Yes, and I will have a new video in 2 weeks. I absolutely promise that. Sorry this one was slightly late, and yes, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you feel like it. Bye. And also to perhaps, and also possibly to get a, and also hopefully to get a, God! Oh Jesus.